Daily Talk Show.
It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 424.
What's happening, guys? What's going on?
Dylan is back in the building. Welcome
I'm
back.
3D deal. Wow.
We've also got Trev live from Sydney. Trev, how you going, mate?
What a great city this is, just after Dill. He knows it.
Oh, yeah. Some of the finest visuals and also some of the finest tastes.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there was a beautiful shot. Where did you take Dill? Where did he go?
Oh, you know what? Remember when Tommy originally said, I think you could do Sydney in a day, you could see the most sights? I actually sat for about 20 minutes before I picked up at the airport and I looked at the map and I thought, you know what, I reckon I can do a lot of it. So we went to the north side of the harbour to look at the bridge and the Opera House. Then we went to Kirribilli to look at the bridge and the Opera House and the city. We drove around kind of lower North Shore to get a on the harbour look at the kind of whole city. Then we went back to the other side, then to Bondi, and then back to Mrs. Macquarie's chair to see a bit of the city and Botanic Gardens. I just basically went, I want to give him all the Instagram porn on day one.
Yeah, right.
So that he could just enjoy whatever he wanted to do on day two. And I think we did okay with Insta porn.
Did you spitball on inspirational quotes to go with for the captions for the photos?
No, you know what? I think he was a bit overwhelmed. I'd welcome Dill's view here, but I genuinely think he was blown away. I genuinely think he was like, oh shit, this is actually much more impressive than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was 100%.
It's the most impressive city in Australia, 100%.
Easily.
Just the harbour and, I mean, along with being the best, I mean, when I say best, I think it's most visual appealing to people outside of Australia, but then even impresses Australians, but it's also the most expensive city in Australia. I mean, I was just doing the maths then. There was probably about $45 of tolls on that one day for you, Trev. And then there's petrol because it's, at least 50, 60 Ks there.
And Tommy is the classic... I've like growing up in the burbs, I just got used to tolls in a big way, right? It's just a part of doing.
Nah, you haven't got
living.
used to tolls, Josh. You have not lived in Sydney. That's
No,
where
you don't know anything about it.
No, they're nice tolls. They're like, Tommy
won't even do tolls in Melbourne.
No,
Like, I'm like, why the fuck are we going this way?
Nah, I
He's like
actually do.
avoiding the tolls.
I actually
It's
do.
like- and
I
it's
haven't done that
constantly
in a
in
long
your.
time.
Have you changed your map settings?
Yeah, I did that. It depends. I will avoid the toll. The thing with Sydney is you can't avoid the toll because it'll take you 4 hours to get from one side to the other.
If it's in traffic, tolls are a hard thing to avoid. And the thing about this was, I was keen to get Dill to Sydney, and I used a lot of points to get him here. But I thought, you know what? I went to the airport, and Sydney Airport is so fucked that I went into the quick pickup area, and if you don't have an E tag, so a toll tag on your car, which I didn't have because it was a loaner, you can't park in the quick pickup area. Like it's all new. So I drive out of the car park, and it was $9.97. I said to the bloke, man, I haven't even stopped.
Yeah.
And he goes, did you pick anyone up? I said, no, I haven't picked anyone up yet. I avoided a $10 cost because I'm that stingy just at the airport. Didn't it escalate from fucking there?
Oh, well, yeah, it did escalate. I mean, we've got, I think, about half an hour before debt collectors could potentially come to your office. So we know that we've got only a short period of time. But we spoke about it on yesterday's show, and we put a snippet up on the Daily Talk Show's Instagram account.
And look, I think critically, I need to clear the air here because it was my credit card. I've got the actual bill.
Okay.
This is Minibar Gate. To bring you up to speed, Trev put Dill up in a plush Sydney hotel on point. So it's, it doesn't feel like you've taken a hit to the hip pocket at this point. But you've got to put a credit card down when you stay at any hotel. And Trev did put his down.
Keeping in mind the amount of velocity points that Trev used for this, you could get just about a return LA.
Or a kettle.
Yeah, or a few kettles. So it's significant, Trev. Yeah. The interesting thing is, yesterday, 3D Deal, we had him on FaceTime. He was wearing sunglasses. One thing you couldn't see is the shame in his eyes, which we're seeing today.
It's a smart move.
There's a lot of shame.
When we walked into the hotel, we parked the car, and I said to the bloke, I said, I'm leaving, so you don't need to take the car away. I'm just going in to check him in. And I thought, I'll do the right thing. I'm not going to, he's a guest. I'm not going to make him, put a credit card down. I stayed at a lot of hotels. I know the routine. So I walked up and said, here's my driver's license, credit card. The name's under Dill. Make it happen. I'm pretty sure he witnessed that. But now we learn he's never stayed in a fucking hotel. You know what this is? I'm calling it. This is the Airbnb generation.
Yeah.
Because in an Airbnb, when there's stuff in the fridge, you drink it and you eat it. That's it's like in an Uber, they don't charge you extra for the water and the mints, right?
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely, especially when you're driving Lux. And thank you to Uber Australia for hooking 3D deal up there.
I love that Airbnb generation. That's great.
That was what honestly didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
But the best was then this is what got this started. I sent Dill because I said to Dill, I said enjoy the room, send me photos because I booked a suite. It was a proper fucking room. I said, send me photos. And later in the night, he hadn't sent photos. I said, how's the room? He goes, it's grouse, enjoying the room and the free alcohol. And I thought to myself, And I saw the Insta story. Wow. And then I listened to yesterday's show. So I rang the hotel. And I said...
They've never received so many calls. And they're like, what has this Dill guy done?
As I rang, I thought, I wonder if they're going to start to wonder. Yeah. Anyway, so I said, listen, it's my credit card. I told them the last expiry, the digits on the credit card, and they sent me the bill. Now, you had a calculation of $183, 57 for the breakfast, so 120 on the minibar. Yeah. Let me bring you up to speed here.
Okay, all right, here we go.
And I put this on Instagram. I think you've shared it already. There was 2 charges to the credit card. One of them was $183, and one of them was $57. So let me be clear. The room service was $57.
Okay, yeah.
The minibar was $183.
That's the cost of the entire fridge. I mean, no one has orange juice from the fucking because that was what Bree was blown away. It's like
the orange,
the orange juice
and the shitty version.
Yeah,
of the
like it's all like it's the combination.
When I travel, I normally look for the nearest Quickie Mart and I grab some orange juice, Coke, some Oreos, whatever, and I just take them back in a bag. Oh, it's a shame. Like I feel shame holding a grocery bag full of stuff that's in the minibar in a lift, but I'm like, dude, I'm not paying your cost. But I have bought chocolate. So I'm cool with the odd $6 chocolate. That's what they were, $6. Now, the minibar doesn't give you specifics. It doesn't say cab. It just says minibar beverage non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
And then minibar beverage alcoholic. The non-alcoholic stuff, we're talking $7, $6.
Yeah.
The champagne that he didn't even like. How much is the champagne that he didn't like?
There was 3 alcoholic drinks.
Okay, yeah.
The cheapest one was $11.
Okay.
The second cheapest was $36. The real deal breaker here for Dill, and I'm assuming it was the champagne, was the $79 alcoholic beverage.
This is, and I mean, I've never had $79 champagne.
Yeah. I bought $79 Moe for someone for their 50th wedding.
I mean, Trev, have you ever had? I mean, you've stayed at a bunch of hotels. Have you had anything like this before, where you've done this? Have you Can you share any Gronk stories?
The worst. So actually, last week in New York, I was crook as Rookwood, so I pretty much stayed in the hotel. I didn't go to dinner as much, and I just got room service a couple of nights. The first night, I remember getting a steak and chips. It was just like great. I needed proper food, chips, total proper food. Anyway, I'm a good tipper when there's a thing that says tip and you just write it down. I'm fine with that. Yeah. So the bill came in, the bloke's standing there. It's a lot of pressure in room service because they hand you the thing. So okay, rightio, have that on there. And then the next night I ordered something like real basic. And I looked at the bill and I went, how's it like $90? And then I realised gratuities were already included. So
I thought Dill must have been staying in the room and ordering some stuff.
So they charged me the meal, the taxes, and the gratuity, and then I added a tip on and basically screwed myself. That's the worst thing I've done in a hotel.
I mean, that's the opposite. You've described overpaying the hotel.
If there's one thing we've learned, it's that you're generous. My wife said to me last night, is Trev well off? I said, I think he does all right.
But, I mean, we get a sense the $9, $9.50 to get a fucking park, you're thinking about those things. And Dill, you think about these things too when it comes to like your living expenses and stuff like that.
Like I'll debate between a $2.50 and a $3 jug of milk at the store.
That didn't blink.
Anything
when
about
in
70.
Sydney, yeah, exactly. And so
my favourite part of this though is that he did realise at some point, because he saw the list.
Well, he was
costs.
fucking off his face at that point. Let's be honest.
And there was no conversation about it. Look, I'll be clear. I couldn't give a rat's. I don't care. Life goes on. I'm not rich, but it's
Definitely not now.
It cost me $240 to bring the bloke to Sydney for the week for a couple of days and have a good time. And I'm pretty sure he had the best time of his whole Australian trip. I'm just going to call it because it's the best city in Australia. But it's just fucking hilarious.
It is unbelievable. What kind of? You've got 2 kids. If when they're grown up, if they did something like this, what's the discipline? How would you bring the law to them?
This would be, this is weeks of pocket money. If they were still in pocket money territory.
Yeah.
If they weren't in pocket money territory, to be, you're not driving my car for a month, or you can't. This is critical parenting stuff. You can't let a kid do this and not learn from it, right?
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
I'm confident Dill's learned from it because
now that
I realise. But I had all that, like Tommy yesterday, trying to think about what he could have done to preempt the concern. That's what I've done. Is I've gone, should I have been more clear that I put my credit card down just in case whatever? But whatever.
What is the lesson for you, Trev?
Look, the lesson is to be a little bit more careful with where I put my credit card for random Canadians that I've met. Let's just put this together for a minute.
Yeah.
Here's a dude that I've seen on the internet. I've flown him to Sydney. I've driven him around for 3 hours, and I don't do talking at the best of times with people. So that was awkward for me, just having a chat for 3 hours.
This is why you shouldn't hang out with people, Trev. That's what I'm learning.
Spot on. And also, let's remember, this is a bloke I've met through people I've never met.
Yeah, perfect. Great.
The ultimate catfish.
The whole thing is just like, I did have a moment where I thought, am I being scammed here?
Yeah.
What did your wife say about this? Did you tell her about what's happening?
Nah, we don't talk like that. She said to me last night, because she follows me on Instagram, that's the only thing she knows what's going on. She said to me, what's this daily talk show thing? And I went, it's just a fucking podcast, don't worry about it.
Cut through to Trev's wife.
Well, I think that we there should be some form of repercussion.
Yeah.
I think that parenting style, how I would do it, I'm not going to be a parent, but let me set it up. I want to start off by Dill offering what he thinks the repercussion can be. Can I also first say we're very grateful, Trevor, for what you've done, and big media company is going to you're going to invoice us for that amount and we're going to pay it because absolutely, it's fucking happening because you went above and beyond, let alone the tolls. Don't invoice us for the tolls. But fucking invoice us for all that shit and we're fucking great. Dill.
Yes.
Consequences. What do you... feel free to say anything or a bit of a rebuttal. I think his mum knows. Have you told your mum?
Yeah, my parents are well aware.
We got a lovely email from your grandmother last night, and I think she's a couple episodes behind.
She hasn't seen the shit hit the fan. She's complimenting the beanies.
Yeah, and also our accommodating of her grandson.
Yes.
So
unless she's in sort of crisis control at the moment, you didn't receive an email, did you, Trev? No email.
No.
So Dill, what would you like to say?
I don't think I really have much to say, to be honest. I mean, it was an experience, 100%. It was an incredible experience, and I'm incredibly and undoubtedly grateful to Trev for everything that he did, from picking me up at the airport to driving me around to organizing the Uber services to pointing me in like the right direction. He's like, yeah, check this out. It's like, you want to go here, you want to go here, you want to take photos at this spot. But also for making the entire thing happen and flying someone out who he's never met through people he's never met, and willing to take time away from his job and away from his family to spend time with me was incredibly, I don't even know how to describe it, just incredibly amazing.
And then he goes and cheats on me the next day by spending time with the other girl.
We haven't even mentioned Ben.
Oh yeah, well that's a whole other story in itself. But BMC will invoice you, Trev, and then I will.
No, Trev will invoice us.
Yes.
Yeah. We're invoicing you, Trev. No.
Yeah.
And then
Let's not increase my cost. No. I appreciate your sentiment, and I'm glad you had a good time. That's all I wanted, was for the bloke to have a great time. And to be honest, it's a better time. He had a better time because, frankly, I reckon if I'd have known it was his first hotel stay, I would have told him to live it up on the room service. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's actually worked out to be the perfect experience. And what I'm getting a little bit serious, but I don't want this fun little piss take we're having to actually take away from the fun Sydney experience, the hotel room, all that shit, because it was clearly an awesome, epic experience. So that's the best thing. That's why I have no concerns about it at all.
So Trev's playing good cop.
Yeah.
Well, did you have anything else you wanted to say, Dylan? No, that was it.
No,
that was
pretty
good.
much it.
I think that what we could also do, so I think BMC will cover that, all that sort of thing. That's fine. In regards to what you can do, Dylan, I think that there is tomorrow, I think that we should have a 1 minute live read by you. Trev needs to tell us.
$300.
Yeah, exactly. $300. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we're giving the 1 minute spot. Dill, you need to find out what Trev wants to promote at the moment and write the script. And we want you to do the 1 minute live read tomorrow on the show.
Great.
I think that's the main thing.
Right. I mean, in my mind, I had our first.
You're then going to invoice me for the remaining $60. Fucking how's this going to go?
Yeah, this is our first dollar made advertising.
Yeah, I had.
Your first ad is Contra. Well done.
What do you think? Maybe we didn't talk about it. What do you think?
I appreciate it. I just had high hopes for our first sponsorship deal being one where we'd actually make some money.
We're getting Dill to do it, so he'll be saying it.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, you can't mow fucking your lawn or anything like that.
Yeah.
If there's any
more points.
Yeah. If there's any
Look, I mean, you're
3D printing. Any 3D printing need done?
You're in the doghouse deal. It's you'll be there for a couple more weeks before you flee the country. Don't know if your citizenship your visa will be renewed. Come back here. No, but I appreciate it. It's probably what I would have done as a kid, and I'm just much older now, and
you would have actually fucking destroyed the room.
Oh yeah, we were doing this at 17.
Well, literally, we went into a Pullman that we were filming like a year ago, and you said, "Oh, my mates have trashed one of these rooms."
Yeah,
which is not
Same
ideal.
hotel.
You were 17.
I was 17.
Ironic, given it was a Pullman hotel.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So we're just sort of the daily talk show Gronks live on.
Yeah. I mean, once a Gronk, always a Gronk. This is what happens.
How many Uber vouchers has he got left?
I've got $91 left.
And you didn't use it to get from the airport back to your accommodation last night?
What do you mean?
Last night. So when you got to Melbourne
to get home?
No, I felt sick from all the food, so I was like, I need to walk it off a little bit.
So you walked from Tullamarine?
No.
Walk from Southern Cross.
Yeah.
So he's still got he's keeping his pack. So he holds on to shit, doesn't he?
You remember yesterday he listed all the things he ate in the Virgin Lounge in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That was actually just your food list.
Exactly. Yeah,
it was awesome. But like he said, I don't think he mentioned, but he said to me that he ate so much when he sat down on the plane, the bloke sitting next to him asked him if he was okay.
Yeah.
Really?
That's how much he ate.
I felt so full. I was like, if this plane goes through wicked turbulence, I'm going to vomit.
Yeah.
I didn't vomit.
How do you eat that much? Like,
yeah, this is the thing, because even if you knew that the minibar was free, I don't know if even me with my horrendous eating habits and slight eating disorder, it's a stretch. Like there's certain foods, like for instance, if there was a packet of Tim Tams, I would eat every fucking Tim Tam, right? No doubt. But just switching from orange juice to what else have we got? Oh, there's a little fucking cup of milk. I'll fucking scull that. There's something. There was a devil inside of Dill. But I think
I'm worried that you haven't been feeding him for 3 months. You know what I mean?
I mean,
he's just gone on a rampage.
What have you, Dill? Like you've had time to reflect now, and you've had people reaching out to you and all that sort of thing. What has been the thoughts and lessons?
What have been the lessons? I think the main lesson is to always like practice gratitude and be grateful because an opportunity like this doesn't happen to very many people very often.
Yeah.
Where someone's willing to go way out of their way to give someone else this experience.
Just had a flashback from Home Alone, New York City, where he puts the credit card payment down and just trashes the hotel room, eats everything. It's very, it's the same as that.
It's pretty
It's very
similar.
Home Alone-ish, isn't it?
It's
right.
very Home Alone. I mean,
does have
that
that
kid
vibe.
was 4.
Trev, thank you so much for looking after Dill.
Our son.
Seriously, glad he had a great time. I'm glad we got the tick on the Sydney bucket list because I'm confident it's a better place to look at. It's probably not a better place to live or stay. I don't know.
It's
Someone
more
else can
expensive.
say.
It is more expensive for sure.
I feel like maybe, what about Dill when you're in your 30s or 40s or whatever?
Yeah.
You need to fucking invite Trev to Canada.
Oh,
You need to book it.
anytime Trev's in Canada,
Okay, great.
you're more than
Oh,
welcome.
but pay your own way there, Drew.
Yeah, pay your own way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Look after yourself. It's not going to
Yeah.
be free food.
Yeah, but he will
No,
take you for
yeah.
a coffee.
Yeah.
But I'll send my food list so that if Dill's mum's cooking a home cooked meal, it's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Thanks, Trev. You were on the Today Show this morning. I was curious about it. So it was about like buying shit on Instagram.
Yeah, no, hang on, just one second,
Yeah.
it's right here.
Okay, here we go.
I bought a toothbrush on Instagram 5-6 months ago.
Uh-huh.
It's an old mouth toothbrush, right?
Oh.
Put the whole thing in your mouth. So you have all these Instagram influencers using these things and going, it's amazing. It cost me like $100. It's rubbish, like utter rubbish. So I just started buying stupid things on Instagram, like these goggles that stop you from getting motion sick if you're a kid.
Oh, that's
Right?
great.
Yeah. And my favourite one, it's not in here, is a drink dispenser for you put a 1.25 litre Coke in and it's like a tap for Coke. It doesn't work. It'll pour one drink and then it'll pour no more. So
Yeah.
it was a bunch of fun. I literally spent $300 on that segment. So, more than I spent on Jill.
And so the Instagram buy thing, can we actually do it now? Can you put your credit card details and just start buying shit?
No, you know what? It was mostly stuff. It wasn't really Instagram buying. It was just ads in the feed, and you click through. And to be honest, it is pretty seamless. Once you've done one or two, most of them use the same back end. So it's just like click the PayPal button and you've got it. So yeah, it was just stuff I'd seen on the internet, and I was just trying to make the point that there's some fun ads out there. Like the ads for them make them look amazing, but to be honest, it's mostly rubbish.
Yeah,
It was just
It's all sizzle.
really fun thing.
It's all sizzle.
I mean, wise words from Trev.
Yeah. Thanks, Trev.
Mate, thanks for coming on the show, EFTM.com.
Glad you had a good time, Dill.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
And you actually, when you come to Melbourne, Trev, you actually need to let us know.
Yeah. Look, don't take first impressions and what's happened as a reflection of Josh and I.
Yeah.
You know, we're older. We've been
We're
through that.
square. We had a good time. We're square. It's all
Once
good.
we do the live read.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
perfect. When Deal does. It's a
When
daily
I
talk
do the
show.
live read.
Hi at thedailytalkshow.com. I'm actually curious if there are people who have had an experience like this where they've just fucking been overcharged on hotels, because I feel like I'm sure it's happened to me. I'm sure there's dumb shit that I've done specifically in hotels because you're just in this different.
Well, kids are
different
doing
world.
it. It's a kid. Jill's a big kid. He's a big kid.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
imagine kids doing this, just ordering shit while mum and dad have gone down to the pokies.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone ordered through like Google Home because you can order stuff.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
off eBay or Amazon or something. Might have been Alexa, but they ordered a bouncy castle and got it delivered to the house. It was something like $5,000.
Fuck, we
Straight
need
to
to
the house.
disconnect the Google Home from the office because I mean, I think that the dumb purchases are only going to become more and more of a thing as it gets easier. It's people.
Yeah.
There's the buttons on Amazon, the smart buttons where you press it and it will order more. What are they called? Trent?
Amazon Dash.
Amazon Dash. And so every time, like, you'll have these buttons up near your laundry or whatever. So if you're running out of detergent, you'll press it.
Yeah.
And there's been stories of kids going up and just pressing it 100 times.
Yeah.
And they get a knock at the door and there's a a Prime truck,
Yeah.
an Amazon Prime truck.
So annoying.
Yeah, not ideal. It's a daily talk show. It's been a short one. Was that what you were looking at?
Well, I'm
timing-wise?
looking at the time. I thought we'd just say bye to Trevor and continue.
Okay, hey, we can do that.
Trev's got more
Trev's
important
got
things
shit
to do.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
All
got,
right.
oh shit, the debt
enjoy the rest of the show.
collectors are there. There they are.
Thanks, Trev. But we actually want to get to Sydney before the end of the year, I reckon, too.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
we
I'm
should-
going.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going
you-
later in the year. I've got to go.
Well, I've got to
I've
go
got
as well.
family
I've
up
got to
there.
see Trev. Basically family. So, thanks, Trev. We'll see you soon.
buddy.
You guys.
That thing that Trev had, the whole mouth teeth cleaner.
It's like a bleach. It looks like one of the ones that turns on.
It's a mouth guard essentially with a ball on the end of it that must sort of rattle it. But I legit was like, why isn't this invented? And there's a reason why people don't use them, because Trev just said they're pieces of shit. Because I was like, I hate having to fucking just like, it's annoying. But if you could just put a mouth guard in and it just cleans your teeth, it'd be so fucking sick.
Yeah, you would need like the brushes would have to actually move.
Well, that's what it would. It would vibrate or do something.
Yeah,
But
vibrate,
that's it.
yeah, sure.
I mean, it's always great to have a friend like that actually makes these purchases before you. I'm quite alarmed, Dill. I mean, upon reflection, you'll probably have more to say, but right now,
Yeah.
you're still coming down from the alcohol high.
Yeah, exactly.
I can still smell it on him.
I think I was buzzed from the moment that I got to the airport.
Yeah.
All throughout the plane, all throughout the afternoon, all throughout the evening. Woke up, I was like, oh, I'm not drunk anymore. And then got back to the hotel and I was like, oh, there's just more alcohol.
Oh, because you. So this is part of it, because you were drinking in the lounge.
I was drinking all day.
Yeah. And so that's
Like-
part of it. That's the reason why you fucking did the minibar.
Some of the worst choices I've ever made have been when I'm drinking.
Yeah.
You definitely do. I mean, waking up and just thinking, oh, what did I do last night? It's not a good place to be in. And I get the feeling where I know what you're feeling, Dill. Not taking away from what you've done, but I'm sure in hindsight down the track, you'll look at it a bit differently.
How much
Yeah.
alcohol did you have at the lounge?
I just had a which lounge?
Melbourne. Well, because there's the guy next to you. Anyone to say, are you all right, mate? You need to be at a bad fucking
Oh yeah,
way.
for any rando to just say that, I wouldn't even
Like
say
you're
that.
either like rocking or like there's something full on
Holding
that was
your head.
going.
Well,
Yes.
no, I must have been flushed or something because I felt hot. I had the Daily Talk Show hoodie on.
Yeah.
And
good repping.
and I had the beanie on. So
Yeah.
I probably looked red and looked a bit flushed.
I feel like if you were red and flushed, no one's gonna.
No one's saying anything, 'cause you
saying
might
anything.
just
I was just
be-
leaning over. I was like, just
Oh,
breathing.
it's
just
just- it's
breathing.
the
breathing,
I'm trying to
Yeah.
concentrate. I'm trying to just keep myself together.
Because they might have thought that you were like scared of flying.
Yeah,
Scared of
like
flying.
flight anxiety or something.
Did
like
you
that.
talk to the guy on the plane while you were flying?
No, I just said no. I'm all right. Just had a bit too much tea. He's like, oh, I've done that before. I said, oh, fair enough.
And he was in two
2A or whatever. Oh, sorry,
One.
no, 1B.
1B.
1B, yeah. Yeah, nice. So,
What was he wearing? What was his? What did he look like? A business guy? Or?
Kind of like very full, slightly grayish brown beard,
Mhm.
glasses, bigger, heavier set guy. Some weird kind of navy vest over top of like a cheapish looking dress shirt and some dark pants. And
he's probably really rich, but he just understands where you
Yeah.
spend money.
exactly.
What stupid purchases.
I just love that. I love the business chat. That's like, oh, you overate, did you? I've done that before. How many toasties did you have? Like, it's pretty outrageous.
It's a pointy end conversation just from the lounge. You've eaten too much.
I mean, have you, like I haven't been a drinker being on a flight. I've had one champagne because like Brie and I got upgraded once, which is fucking great from economy to premium economy to LA. It was awesome. And so it was like, I think we had some champagne. They just like offered it to us. Have you been absolutely plastered on a plane before?
Oh, the last flight to New York that I did last September when we went to see Seth, I drank 5 bottles of little,
I mean, they're
they're
mini
mini bottles, but they're still 1.6 standard drinks. So 5, it's like fuckload of drinks.
And so do you
I was
think,
pissed.
do you think that being pissed, things like buying shit, like if you're pissed and have a credit card,
Mate, this is why young people are spending all of their wage on the weekend
because
at
they're
the
just
pub.
getting
Because I remember my mate who was an apprentice used to just come out with a full tray of shots, and it would have been half his weekly wage, and he'd shout at everyone. And he wouldn't do that in a sober state.
Yeah.
And so I've looked at my credit card the next day. Like I've spent $600 on a night out. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I've saved a lot of money this year. Saved from drinking. You don't.
It's not saving.
You don't actually see it. It's not like I've taken it. Oh, I'll buy a drink, but then that would be the good idea, right?
Yeah.
Actually go to the pub, and as you're handing over the cash, put it into your pocket and put it into the piggy bank and get a water instead.
That'd be so annoying though.
Very
They've poured
annoying.
a beer. They're like, hey mate, that's just $9.
No, not for me.
Actually,
Not for me.
change it to a water. Or what am I going to do with this beer?
Dill will take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
The credit card generation too, not seeing purchases, like not feeling the money leave you,
Oh, definitely.
and then have it's bizarre. It's bizarre. I think Trev hit it on the head. Airbnb generation. I love that. It is so true.
Mr. 97, have you ever made? You're very
Sensible.
cautious,
He's sensible. He's a
cautious with your
sensible
money.
young man.
Putting a lot of money away to super. Our accountant even called it out as potentially silly.
Outrageous, yeah.
Yeah, who puts 50% of their wage into super, and who
Yeah.
does it after Barefoot says not to do it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ask the Barefoot
He
investor.
literally barefoot was in the office, and I said,
yeah.
I said 97. Oh, this is a good opportunity. Ask the questions to Barefoot. Barefoot's like, nah, mate, don't do that. Do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Barefoot
I've actually-
leaves. 97's like bullshit.
Yeah. I have thought about. I even told my dad, and he's like, "Jeez." The thing is, superannuation is you cannot touch it. You cannot get that money back. So if you need a house deposit, you can't pull money from your
Yeah.
super. I don't know. Maybe he's running off a trust fund. We don't fucking know.
Yeah. He's
He's
an
just taking the
absolute
piss.
baller.
Anyway.
Yeah. So have you ever made? What's the silliest thing that you've done?
I don't think I've ever bought any. I mean, look, you buy all these stupid little cheap things, but I've never done.
I
I've
know
never
when
done a stupid big purchase.
Oh, not big purchase. Big, physically big. Remember when you bought that server rack?
Oh yes. Yeah. There was a massive. I wanted to get a server cabinet that holds a bunch of servers, and I found one on eBay for $1, and so I bought it. It was like an auction, and I paid $1 for it, and I didn't actually think about how to ship it to my house. And Mum and Dad didn't want it there either. So
Because it's huge. It's
And
the
so what is
size
it?
of a
massive. It's like
fucking
2
cabinet.
2 meters tall and like a meter wide. And I was like, they're just like, where are you going to put this? I was like, I don't know. This was $1. I was like,
And so what's the what was the shipping cost? Is that how they
no,
get
I
you?
just
Is it-
cancelled the order.
You can't-
Okay.
I messaged him and was like, oh, sorry, mate, can't post it.
I mean, how low impact is that? He's stupid purchase, but it was only
But,
$1.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I
he's a
mean,
good
I've
kid, isn't
has your mum ever, because you've got access to your mum's cards
Yeah.
at times, has there been any point where she said, Mason, like, why did you spend? I've just got this payment that's hit the card.
I mean, they questioned the peanut butter the other day.
Okay. How many peanut butters did you get?
7. I've got 17 in the cupboard right now.
17.
Yeah, I mean, that's
17
got to
half
err, isn't it?
price.
I think
It's- I mean,
buying
that's being
anything
smart.
in bulk.
The guy who puts 50% of his income into super is also the guy who buys 17 jars of
butter.
peanut butter
Yeah.
for the
Well, he's-
future.
yeah,
He's
for the
thinking
future.
future.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a future thinker. I once was hanging out with this girl, and she had her dad's black Amex, and they're like slate, or they're like
Metallic sort of
oh,
metal.
I bit it. I was like, because we're just like saying it's fucking hard. Anyway, they're like no limit. You could buy a Porsche on it. Like you could just fucking go into
Tap
a
and go.
dealership. Like they're unlimited, right? And she would pay for everything.
Well,
And she'd just pay for a dinner. There'd be a bunch of us. Boom. And her dad just would have got the bill.
What about, we
pretty
were
sweet.
chatting to a mate about private jets the other day, and he was saying he was talking to a guy who is a private chef for a bunch of big celebrities. And the way that it works is the chef does a lot of the purchases on his credit card and just gets reimbursed. So he gets a crazy amount of points. And it's to the point where sometimes he'll be on the private jet and they'll stop for fuel. They've run out of fuel, like they need to fill up. And the pilots will ask, can we just use your credit card? And they will pay $120,000 on the credit card to fill up the jet.
Jet fuel.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
outrageous.
expensive vehicle.
Yeah.
Jeez. either way.
The private jet thing doesn't excite me at all. Have we spoken about this already on the show?
Nah.
Not private jets.
It doesn't. It because it was a big topic. That Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Geez, it's such a
I've got no problem saying it. I've got it in my head. Grant Cardone.
Cardone.
10X.
I just remember 10. But anyway, he was at that conference that we went to. He was speaking, and he was very much all about the private jet.
Yeah, he's flaunting the lifestyle though. I'm sure I'd be excited if we had got onto a private jet. I mean, the thing about owning a private jet, think about owning your car. Think about the thought that goes into owning your car, the anxiety that you have going to a fucking
leasing.
bow repairs.
Private jet insurance.
Oh, imagine all of that. Like you think about, but this is the thing. People who are rich probably aren't even thinking about that. They have someone else think about it. So they pay, money comes out of their account and they don't think about it. We're not there yet. So it'd be annoying.
We're not there yet.
We're not there
not.
yet. Very
Thanks for pointing
annoying
that.
for us to think about any of that. But I would like to go on a private jet.
No, but I think it's small. Like it's probably more likely. I feel like the stats would be
For it
you're
to
more
crash.
likely to crash.
I was thinking
about.
about Grant in his jet, and I was thinking
being
about he was
smug.
flying the next day, or he was flying that day to New Zealand.
Mm.
I was just thinking about, you being in the small little cabin. It would feel like you being in a big plane. It makes you feel I feel more safe.
Well, it's like, oh, we're all gonna die. Like it's like fuck. There's like a few hundred of us. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, if an A380 fucking crashes in Melbourne, big story. Big story.
There's never, I don't know, a plane, like one of the big planes that have gone down from the Melbourne to Sydney route. I mean, these planes are 100 years of technology, right? It's amazing how they don't go down more.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like the idea of aviation is magical.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. I mean, you see why people are, freaks about it. They love it. They just get into every little
Well, that's the thing that I appreciate with Trev is he was doing Insta stories and stuff of the when he was picking up videos of the planes.
Yeah.
He fucking knows them all.
It's
It's tracking that he has the like the flight tracker app
Yeah.
on his phone, so he can see like what each plane is, like its call number, where it's going, where it's coming from. It's
What did you
remarkable.
talk about in the car?
Everything. Like quite literally everything.
Really?
Like remember when you guys picked me up from the airport
Mhm.
back at the beginning of this whole adventure?
We didn't talk. We just were silent.
No, we talked a lot. We talked about good question.
Yeah, I can't remember. But what were you talking about with Trev? What was the solid banter? What did you guys really connect over?
A lot about Sydney versus Melbourne. We talked about the footy, how footy is just outrageous and it doesn't make sense, which I was like, all right, I don't really know much about
Yeah.
it. Talked about rugby, Ubers, weird Uber experiences.
Mhm.
I can't remember much of that conversation.
Because you were drunk.
A little bit. I was still.
What sort of car was he driving at the time? Because he gets some pretty nice cars.
It was an Audi A7
nice.
55 turbo, I think,
Mhm.
something like that. Trev will have to refigure that out because I'm actually not 100%. I'm trying to find a photo of it because I took a photo of the
That's
car.
right. Expensive petrol is all I was thinking. And then the data he's using at the airport, trying to take photos.
All digital dash on the inside, like no physical buttons. It's all haptic feedback and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Real intense.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Oh, well. Hey,
great.
one last thing. Hoodies are flying out the door. The Daily Talk Show hoodie. Do you want one?
Yeah, well, I actually I did an Insta story last night.
Yeah.
Because like we're getting a fucking bunch of orders, and I put up we'll put it up on the website too. People were asking about the sizing and shit. We have like a whole sizing chart.
Gaundy messaged me and says, "What size are you wearing?"
Me or you?
Me. He messaged me.
It's always interesting, isn't it, when someone says, "Hey, what size is so and so?" Or you like you get to see where people's body dysmorphia or where they're at in regards to what they.
Well, I might be
what they
wearing a
think.
large. I could wear a large.
You're
and
wearing
fill it
a
out more
you're
than
wearing
you,
a
I reckon.
medium.
Yeah, this is medium though. I like the
It being
fit
a little
just
bit
a little bit
tighter.
tighter. You know.
I'm wearing the large. It's got that sort of the baggy thing. Actually, the other thing.
But hoodies, most people like hoodies to be baggy.
But you don't.
Yeah, I'm saying most people. I'm not
Yeah.
most people.
But Scooter Derek, I was on his podcast yesterday, and it's all about what does he call it? The good paddock, I think it is.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know the exact tagline, but something like you've either got to be this is his words, a fatty, past fatty, or someone who's an expert on fatties.
Mm.
And so I'm, or you are worried about being fat in the future or some shit. But so I tick most of those boxes.
And you may have made up that last one because you're actually, that's you. That's just your internal dialogue.
Exactly. But when I came into the studio, he was not happy at the sizing that we had available on the Daily Talk Show. What was the max size that you put up?
Extra large.
Mate, a lot of people and what's the smaller size that you put up?
Small.
Because the thing is, like, there's AS color, like it goes down to like 2XS, and like on the other end it's like 4XS.
I mean,
XL.
the thing
XL.
is, you can't make everybody happy. Amy,
No, just fucking all you have to do is add more. Like, we're getting them printed
Amy's
on
work,
demand.
she has to do some of the ordering for the uniform.
Mm.
There's a guy that there is no size that fits
Well,
him,
that's
even
different.
at fucking triple XL or
But-
4 quadruple XL.
But that's the thing. But you can, if the sizing's available, we should just have it on the website. It's no
Yeah, but
skin
I
off
mean,
our
it's
nose.
just, it's like the annoyance of going to a shop and not seeing the right size. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
it would be fucking annoying. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like when I'm when I was 3XL or whatever, like we're essentially saying, oh no, you can't have a hoodie. Which, like, I don't think this is the debate. I don't think this is. You could wrap it up in fucking debates around like, oh, people buying extra seat on the plane.
Oh,
all
I
that
mean,
sort of
we're all
shit.
trying our best. We're all trying our fucking
Well, that's what
best.
I mean. Let's
So
fucking
just-
open it. Like, if we know anything about the Gronk squad, it's like fucking open to every Gronk. So let's just get every fucking size that's
Well,
available.
if you've got, so then this is the thing. If you can add that in, but if you have a specific order that you want to actually put through, and we can generate
Yeah,
it.
well, Mace can literally just put in the extra sizes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just do that.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
That's
Mason.
fine. Well, I think
That's
that,
what he said.
like,
Well,
that,
no,
Derek's,
so the thing is,
Scooter Derek's
now,
point.
well, now the image has to go, like the sizing guide, because you can't, if you add more options, where do you sit? You know what I mean? So if you've got extra small, extra small, am I a small or a medium?
That's why you have the sizing chart.
Exactly. So now, exactly. So we couldn't have done it from the start anyway, unless we had the sizing chart up there, because it just would have been.
We're moving fast. We're Grant Cardoning, 10xing. I mean, we're actually at -10 right now, thanks to Dill. But we'll get there. We'll get back up to 10x.
Yeah, but we'll get there.
But if you do want one, $60 if you're in Australia.
Yeah.
There is extra shipping if you're outside of Australia, and it will tell you on the site, thedailytalkshow.com/hoodies.
But I think that people, well, I call bullshit when I'm like doing the post. I'm always like, looks like I'm trying to fucking like create some form of hype or demand, being like, but the reality is we're literally like getting on Monday all the orders and we're printing them, and then we're not fucking doing it for a while. Yeah, like, well, I can't imagine we're gonna in Australia we're going to summer and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, and we're trying to work to pay off the debt that Dill's
exactly
accumulated.
Yeah,
for us.
one lawn at a time. It's a Daily Talk Show, so you can just go to thedailytalkshow.com/hoodies.
Yeah.
We put it in our Instagram bio, so you can click on the link.
It's on the homepage.
It's on
You
the
can click
homepage.
through.
Yeah.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
It's everywhere.
absolutely is. But they're comfy as fuck. I think I might actually need to get another one just so I can have them on rotation, because I plan on wearing it every single day.
There's a couple more over there, so we actually have a few good to go. But you got to pay for them.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside.
We'll talk about that.
This is the candle discussion. I actually took one of Amy's candles, so Amy's actually
What do you mean?
taking a hit to her profit on her candles that she makes at home, because I took one. It's the same.
Did she bring that up after you talked about
No.
candles?
I just talked about the working out the actual money you make.
Mm.
It's
It starts
very
with
easy
you.
when they're there. It's like going to a cafe, right? And your mate owns it. It's like someone's actually paying for the coffee that gets given to you for free.
Yeah, your mate is. Don't be a gronk. Pay for the fucking coffee.
Yeah,
but
true.
but also it's like the fundraisers. Cadbury fundraisers and shit. When it was a kid, we were one of the fundraiser box families that would you'd put in a fucking pineapple or whatever, a 50, and you just fucking help yourself. It's bad, isn't it?
Exactly what happened at my house.
Not ideal. It's a Daily Talk Show. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, guys,
Yeah.
and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.